Hi guys, there was a popular game show back in the 1980s called Bullseye, which involved contestants answering questions and throwing darts. One of the features, either positively or negatively, was that when someone failed in their attempt to win the star prize, the host would rub the contestants' noses in it by telling them what they could have won. Post-Brexit, the UK is somewhat in that position. The EU signed a free trade deal this week with Argentina, Paraguay, Uruguay and Bolivia that will save the bloc about €4 billion in tariffs per year. Not a huge amount, but there are some other significant advantages for both sides as a result of the negotiations.
25 years after initiating negotiations to join the European Union with Brazil, Paraguay, Argentina, and Uruguay's trading bloc, Mercosur, the trade pact was finalized in Montevideo.
In an increasingly confrontational world, we demonstrate that democracies can rely on each other.
The agreement runs counter to the protectionist current promoted by U.S. President-elect Donald Trump. It would create a joint market for some 720 million consumers. And like most trade agreements, its goal is to reduce tariffs and trade barriers, to make it easier for businesses on both sides to export goods. Von der Leyen says European health and food standards will remain untouched, adding that the agreement will save the EU €4 billion worth of export duties per year.
Okay, so what are the advantages here for the EU? And then we'll look at the advantages for the South American countries. Now, for the EU, it reduces the tariffs on EU imports. So, for example, goods such as machinery, pharmaceuticals and chemicals that are coming from the EU, there's currently a 20% tariff imposed on those. So this would reduce this over time. Argentina and Bolivia in particular are resource-rich countries, for example, with resources, raw materials such as lithium, which the EU needs to access at as low a cost as possible. For example, in this massive transition away from internal combustion engines to electric vehicles. It's trying to compete with China, of course, at the moment. This will benefit also small and medium-sized enterprises. This will reduce the barriers to trade. And of course, this is going to increase the EU's global influence. So it's not just about trade, but it's about reaching out to these countries and influencing them. For example, in ways such as improving environmental standards and dealing with climate change. Now, for the South American countries, it also benefits, it benefits them as well. So they're now going to have easier access to a market of 450 million people. And it's going to benefit sectors such as agriculture and the wine production. It's also going to see a significant amount of investment from the EU in infrastructure, industrial development and sustainable technologies. So this is going to benefit both sides, as a trade deal should do, and it's going to improve EU influence around the world. So this is what Britain could have had if it had remained in the European Union. But it's possible that if the UK does join in the future, that this trade deal will apply as well to Great Britain and the rest of the UK. Let me know in the comment section, guys, what you think. As always, your comments are greatly appreciated. Thanks a lot.